Baruch Hashem, it is day number 249 of our daily study of Rambam, Sefer, HaMitzvos. And in the 3 chapters a day study track of Mishnah Torah, Mazel Tov, we're finishing Hilchos Gneva. There are 9 chapters total, so it's our 3rd day. Today we're doing chapters 7, 8, 9, and that's the end of that section of Halacha. So we are going to have 2 mitzvahs today that are related to Gneva, stealing. One is negative commandment 246, and this is a specific prohibition which is called hasagas gvul. A gvul is a boundary. Hasagas gvul means encroaching on a boundary. Basically what it means is that a person steals land by moving the boundary marker. His neighbor, the neighboring land, he sort of encroaches on it by taking the boundary, whatever they were using as a demarcation, and moving it over, and thereby taking some of that land for himself. And that is a specific prohibition, separate from, distinct from stealing in general. Okay, negative commandment 243. Interestingly, this is a very famous prohibition in terms of its scriptural source. This is the famous Loi Tignoiv, do not steal, which is in the 10 Commandments. But do not steal, which is in the 10 Commandments, is not talking about stealing stuff. It's talking about stealing people. It's talking about kidnapping. And we know that from context because the other prohibitions which are mentioned in proximity to that prohibition are capital crimes. So, Loi Tignoiv, do not steal, from the 10 Commandments, is actually talking about the prohibition against abduction, kidnapping a person. And under certain conditions, that is actually punishable by capital punishment, the death penalty, unlike regular stealing, which we mentioned a few days ago. The penalty there was merely remuneration, and we talked about the different types of remuneration, the double or the 4 times or the 5 times. But this is kidnapping is under certain conditions. If the kidnapper actually traffics the person that they kidnapped and sells them into slavery, so then under certain conditions that can be, with witnesses and with warnings, that would be a capital offense when the high court had the power to do so. Okay, Mazel Tov, that is the end of Hilchos Gneva, and we're going to be starting a new section of halachas tomorrow. And should I tell you what it is? Well, I'll give you a hint. Gneva is stealing. Gzela is robbing. What's the difference between stealing and robbing? Stealing is when the thief goes secretly, surreptitiously, doesn't want to be caught. Gzela is when he says, stick 'em up, empty out your pockets. So we're going to hear more about that, God willing, tomorrow.